Hi, I'm Caleb Muhammad, and I'm a stylist, creative director, and just all around creative. And I'm from Detroit. Well, I was born in South Carolina on the beach, actually, but I'm from Detroit. That's what I rep. I had a twin, and I was born prematurely. I was not supposed to be born. I was kind of like a miracle baby. My mom had cancer, actually, when she had me, so my twin didn't end up making it, but I did. So they called me the miracle baby in the family. And so to that, I just kind of capitalized off of I'm supposed to be here, and I'm supposed to be doing what God has put me on the path to doing. So yeah. What inspired me to get into creative directing? Dang, this is a good question. I think I'm just like a person with a vision, and I've always been kind of bossy in a way. Like I would be with my family, and I would literally be like, Dad, don't wear that. You were gonna wear this. Or I would tell my family, okay, we're gonna go here, and we're gonna take pictures. And it was just like, it's just the whole thing. And I just was like, I could make a business off of this. You know what I mean? And ever since then, I kind of just figured I should be getting paid for what I'm doing, and I should be showing other people that I can do this. You know what I mean? What else? Let's see. What got me into styling was just I wanted to change the way people see me and kind of help other people change the way they feel in their clothes. Because I remember when I was younger, I'm a Muslim, so I had to dress like very modestly, but I didn't actually know how to dress in a way that I was expressing myself because my mom was dressing me. So I told her one day, like, listen, I can't keep wearing like, I literally have a video on my phone. I'm gonna show it at the end, y'all. But I literally, like, I can't keep wearing this crazy stuff. Like, what? If we gonna do it, we gonna do it right. I always had my sense of style. Like, I always was like, okay, if we gonna do this, we gonna do it with sparkles. We gonna do it with some type of layering. Like, I always had that I don't even know, je ne sais quoi. So yeah. I find inspiration in anything. So outside of styling and fashion, I find inspiration in culture. I find inspiration in cooking. Like, I love to cook, and I think that fashion is a form of art. And in that, anything that is art is like it's just different forms of it. So I kind of try to stay into it. Photography, I find inspiration in magazines, movies, especially movies. I am like a movie buff. Like, I'm talking about, I watch 80, like, I started watching movies with my grandparents when I used to stay with them, and it was like karate movies, like those movies that that we don't see nowadays, that were on DVD. They were all on DVD. We wasn't getting nothing on the TV. And ever since then, I just seen like how they style those people and how they use those emotions to kind of portray a story. And I just use it to inspire myself, honestly. And I think I don't put myself in a box. Like, I just kind of like, if I was to look at a tree, I'll be like, I could create that into a concept to translate it to styling a human being. So yeah, that's kind of how I find inspiration. Collaboration is so important for a stylist, creative director, whatever you are. You have to build community horizontally. So that's how I started. I initially started reaching out to photographers, reaching out to designers, and saying, hey, I have a vision. I just need you guys to come in and put your part of it so that we can create a whole concept that people can understand and like visually say, oh, okay, I relate to that. And so I find collaboration with anybody. Like, if I need you here, I need you here. And I kind of learned that from my parents, because being a Muslim, you have to have community. We're all about community. We're about morally, like, just going back to the community and feeding them, and, you know, they're feeding each other. We're all feeding each other. So my parents kind of taught me that at a young age, that you have to have other people. And so family is just so important. So I kind of learned community from my family, honestly, because it's just like you need each other. Like, you know, I can't go anywhere when I was younger. I couldn't go anywhere without my siblings, because they're my family. This is my support system. This is who I need to collaborate with to get to the skating rink, or you know, whatever. Like, it's just like I have to find a way to I kind of want to find a way to collaborate with people on like another level. I guess I'll get into that at the end, because that's like what that's another question. But yeah, I hope I answered the question all the way. I'm gonna say the relationships that I've built with these photographers has been special. So this is why I want to include them in the video. So my top 3, not in an order like I'm ranking them, but I have Jovan. I said his name right, because I always say it wrong. Did I say it right? Okay. Sorry, Jovan. I have Jovan. I have Diego, OVO Diego, and I have Brandon Maurice. So who did I work with first, though? That's the real question. Okay, I think I worked with Brandon first, because I was just around Brandon in like a time where I didn't even know I wanted to do fashion per se. And one day I was like, I want to do a shoot, and I want to, but how do I explain this? I want to do a shoot, and I want to bring a bunch of people together. That's literally that was my first plan. And this happened, I want to say January of last year. I think it's been like a year. So I've only been doing creative directing and styling professionally for a year. And my first shoot, I had 12 models. So it was 6 girls, 6 boys, all people that I had met, because I randomly talked to people at any time, you know. So it was all people that I had met, and I was like, I want you guys to model for me, and I really just believe in like what you're doing. And I never work with anybody if I don't morally relate to them in a way. So I think that's really important. But I brought those 12 models together. I funded the project. I did it out of what is it called? It was Adrian and Austin, or Brotherly's studio. And I told them, listen, I ain't gonna lie, I'm doing a shoot here. So if y'all want to charge me, we can do that. But they didn't charge me, which I'm so grateful for, because it's just good to have those relationships that you guys can benefit off from each other, and you're not just like taking away from somebody. And I did my shoot and Brandon came in. Okay, so this is the story, guys. You guys are getting a BTS. Brandon came in, and originally I had, who was my photographer? I don't even think I had a photographer, y'all. I don't know what I was doing. So Brandon came in, and I told him, listen, you're going to be a model, and I want you to shoot too. So I pulled out. He had like jackets or something in his car. We did that, and he already had like a suit. Like, he literally fit into the shoot. And I was like, this gotta be God. Like, it's no other way. And I'm like, okay, so you're gonna hop in here. Here's some glasses. Here's this. Here's that. And we just brought everybody together, and we did the shoot in 2 different locations. We did the shoot by the bridge. What's the bridge called near Canada? You know what I'm talking about? You can see the bridge. Ambassador. We were at the Ambassador Bridge, so that was our first location, and that was only men's. The concept of the shoot was classic men shoot, and it was just to kind of show that black men in total can dress in a sophisticated way, and it still be cool, and like, you know, just show the what is it? What am I thinking? I forgot the word, y'all. But anyways, I just wanted to kind of capitalize off of that. And then in the times that we're in right now, or at least a year ago, it's not a lot of people doing creative shoots that are like just fun. You know, like what I mean? Like, it's not just somebody dressing in lingerie and like that type of stuff. So I just wanted to also challenge myself, because I had never dressed men in the sense, because I was always dressing my friends and like dressing my sisters and stuff like that, but I had never dressed men. So I'm like, if I'm gonna do it the first time, I'm gonna do it big. So yeah, I just have a very special relationship with those 3 photographers. And other people that I collaborate with is designers in general. Leah is like the first designer that ever gave me a chance to really use their clothes. She let me use the clothes that she makes with her own hands. And I think that it's really important as a stylist to appreciate the fact that other people they use their hard work, sweat, and time to make these things, or to photograph us and to come in and video us, like, and just to portray your work. So I think it's just really big to appreciate all the people that you collaborate with. Me and Brandon did that sports shoot. It had to be 6 months before the fashion show. 6 months before the fashion show. So Brandon was very busy. I knew that, and I knew that he was going to be busy, and I never got the photos. Listen, so he sent me the photos after the fashion shoot, right? The fashion show. And I was like, oh my gosh, these pictures are really cool, like, but it wasn't what I had in mind originally. And I was like, why is it taking so long for me to get these pictures? So at first I was a little upset, right? Not at him per se, but I was just like, dang, like I really wanted to post that content. You know how it be. So, and then it was like, once he sent me the pictures, I had like a whole different, like my vision had changed for the shoot. And I was like, bro, that's why God, like literally, it's like sometimes things are just not for this time, you know what I mean? Sometimes you have to put something on the back burner and then come back to it, and you kind of find that creative inspiration. And I had seen a sports magazine, I think from like the 80s. I think from the 80s. I took a picture of it. It was in like a store. This is after I moved to Atlanta, by the way. And I took a picture of it, and I was like, bro, this is so cool. This is after I did the sports shoot and everything. So I had a whole different vision in mind. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I got that picture of the magazine. I take pictures, okay? I don't play. Like, I took pictures of everything. And I was like, oh, I could go into, I literally do everything, y'all. And I take the pictures that Brandon sends me, and I literally, yeah, I changed it. I did. Yeah.
I feel that too.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you just gotta, you know, yeah. So I retouched them. I don't know if people be mad about it. Brandon was actually really cool with it. Like, he was like, I also communicate too, so I'm not the type to just post something and then like you be like, damn, like what happened to the original? They changed it. Also, being that I went to fashion school, I go to fashion school, and I'm like a person that's actively learning my craft. It's like, okay, we can push the boundaries here. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have to just do white background. We don't have to just do this background. We have to push what we do. You know what I mean? So I think that if I see the vision, I think that it needs a little extra tuning up, I'm gonna do it. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna ask permission per se, because this is my I'm going to communicate though. I think that's very important, to communicate with your photographer so they don't feel like, oh, okay, well, you just went through the whole thing, got the, you know. But I did communicate that with Brandon. He loved it. He was like, okay, well, if you got something to add to it, then add it to it. And I did that. I showed him inspiration before I like initially did it, because I'm like, okay, I don't know what it's gonna look like, but this is what I have in mind. And he was like, go ahead and do it. And I sent it to him. He's like, this is hard. And it went up on Instagram, y'all. It was fire. But yeah, like, you just gotta take control. I would say I haven't faced a creative block, but I faced not having the time to create what I want, if that makes sense. Being a creative is hard. It's you have to juggle lives at some point, especially being a young creative. I'm only 19, so yeah, that's surprising. I'm only 19, so I worked, before I moved to Atlanta, I worked 2 jobs, and I was doing a shoot basically every week on Sundays. That's my only free day. During the week, I'm working this job. During the weekends, I'm working this job, and I was working at least 12 hours on the weekend. So Sundays was my only time to do it. And if like I had family things to do, if I had this to do, I would just feel like, oh, I'm not doing enough. Like I'm stuck in a way. And that's what it can feel like, especially if you're a person that's juggling financial things, juggling school, juggling family, just juggling life in general, and still trying to put passion into products. I feel like it's always a way to get around it. You know, even if you're doing something small, it's a good thing to commit that time and that energy to planning. Like, that's literally what I had to do. Like, at some point I couldn't make the Sundays work. Like, I think I went like 2 months without doing something. I was like, bro, I haven't done anything for like 2 months. Like, they gonna forget about me. Like, what's going on? And it was literally because I just had stuff that I had to figure out. Like, I was going to college. I was trying to figure out, like, what am I gonna do when I go to college? Like, it's just like, ugh, like what's going on? And I think getting past that, I just put, I guess I don't know if this answers the question about the creative block, but I guess I just put time into myself and just did the small things that I could do, which is like make content while in between classes, make content when I'm out, like taking pictures and stuff like that. So still just doing those creative things in your everyday life kind of got me through the block, if that makes sense. So yeah. Bro, I've known since I was like, I started sewing classes when I was 11. I knew I wanted to be in fashion classes when I was 8. I told my parents, after I seen The Devil Wears Prada, that came out in 2006. I was born in 2005. After I seen that at 3, I said, listen, this is what I'm going to be doing. My parents, y'all better get on with it, because this is what I'm doing, okay? I just feel like God just instilled it to me younger. Like when I first moved to Atlanta, those first couple months was really hard because I didn't feel like I was doing nothing. I'm like, bro, I moved here. And I'm not doing no shoots. Like, what's going on? Like, you know? So I just kind of had to get acclimated with the fact that I just moved to a whole different state. And I'm kind of alone outside of my sister. I love you. And it was just like, bro, what am I doing? But then I realized I'm really 19. Confession. When I first moved to Atlanta, I didn't have my license, y'all. So I've been... Wait, police don't come find my ass, but I've been driving around Detroit illegal as hell. So I think that, I don't even remember what happened. I thought I got my license, but I guess I didn't have my license. And I really did think I had it. I'm like in my mind, I don't know what the fuck, that's young shit. That's some young shit to say. But when I got to Atlanta, my sister like, okay, so we got to get your license renewed because I forgot that you have to get it renewed. And when I went, they said that I didn't have a license and I had to get my records from Detroit. So that kind of put me on a back burner because I couldn't drive. I couldn't do the stuff that I was doing in Detroit because I had so much leisure. You know, I know people here. So even if I can't drive, I've been getting around since I was 11. So I'm going to get there some way. And I always had a job. That's one thing about me. I ain't never been broke. So it was just like, okay, what the fuck am I doing? I'm just sitting in the house. I'm in this bitch chilling. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like getting past like those creative blocks or just the things that life throw at you. But I think that it was like all God's time. And it's just like, okay, you know, you should have been got your license. Like, what you own? So you gonna sit down, you gonna figure it out. So which project am I most proud of and why? This is hard. I would say the project hasn't come yet. Although I'm very proud of every project that I've done out of the year. I think I've done at least 20, it might be 20 shoots since I started last year. And I'm proud of each and every one because I've made those relationships and I've committed my time to doing what needs to be done. But I think that I haven't reached the peak of what I can do. You know what I mean? So knowing that I want to give out to the community and knowing that I want to do these big events and I want to have a gallery walkthrough for the photographers that I've worked with and like do like a big thing where it's like a kind of a party for creatives. Like that's what I want to do. And because eventually I want to have my own production company that goes into film. So I think I haven't got to what I'm going to be most proud of, which is going to be me doing something creatively that's giving back to the community and that's bringing other people into that. So I think I'll find that in, you know, the years to come because I'm literally only 19 and, you know, I'm figuring it out. But I think that's what I'm going to be most proud of is just giving back because that's literally all I think about. Like, literally. Find a community. So whether that be your best friend, you know, your parents, find somebody who believes in you and believes in your vision and also God. That's important. And just use those people that care about you and care about or see. They don't even have to, honestly, a lot of people don't know what the hell I be doing. They just know, hey, Caleb, she has good intentions and, you know, they support me for who I am. And I think I use that to my advantage. Like my parents, they believed in me since I was so young and like they just kind of let me, you know, literally do anything, honestly. Like I could do whatever I wanted to and I asked them and they would make it happen or we would make it happen. And I would just say, find those people that want to, you know, believe in you and want you to prosper and commute with them, basically. And another advice to being a creative director, I would say, is don't let if a vision hasn't come out how you want it to, don't let it like stop you from, you know, continuing to do the work and continuing to create those visions, whether it be, because it's a lot of different types of creative directors, you know, it's not just shoots and stuff like that. If there's no way of finding what you kind of want to do, I would say just like find inspiration in anything. Like literally, I find inspiration in shows, movies, magazines, places I go. Like even if you're in the same city, I would say venture out. Like always try to find something that's exciting to you, something that gives you that natural serotonin, and that's not like some type of drug or something, you know. Like try to find the natural way of inspiring yourself. And another thing I would say from a stylist standpoint is do the research. It's very, even like in any avenue, it's very important to do the research and just educate yourself on what you're going into, educate yourself on the industry that you're going into, because it's a lot of people that don't have that background or that don't do the research, and they kind of end up, what's another word I could say that's not ass out? They kind of end up SOL. So, you know, you feel me? So, like, it's just, like, very important. Like, recently, I had to do research on how to even, like, get a contract, how to write up a contract for my clients, how to make sure that I'm covered from a business standpoint, so that I can continue to work with different clients and stuff like that. So I just had to do the research. You have to commit the time to doing it. And what else I would say? Also, stay prayed up. That's very, very important. I'm telling you, y'all, like if I start crashing out, like even though I'm typically very calm when it comes to those things, like when it comes to creating a shoot or creating anything, like I try to just take it step by step. You have to keep your faith and like try to just talk to God through those things when something is not going right, or when things are just not like lining up how it was in your head, you know what I mean? So I try to stay really in tune with God and like the people that care about me, and try to like talk it through. So yeah, those are my, like, I don't know if I gave 5, maybe 4, about 5. Those are like my 5 things that I do to kind of stay on track. Yeah. If I could work with any celebrity, who would it be? I would work with Law Roach, y'all. I know that's like probably not that's not something that everybody would choose. Like y'all would probably choose Zendaya out of Law Roach, but I would choose Law Roach. I'm not gonna lie. Like I went to his sit down, and he explained a lot of the things that he's done, and I just feel like that's somebody who I see that's at the pinnacle of what they're doing. And I don't even think that's a peak. Like I think that he's going to continue on helping people even though he's retired. I just think that that's somebody I would want to connect with and just work with in general, or like even just be there to see what goes on, because like that's just somebody that I wouldn't say, I'm not gonna say look up to, because I don't look up to nobody but God and my parents, but I just like somebody I look to that's at the point in their lives where they're like getting there, you know what I mean? So yeah, La Roach. Okay, if I had to survive on snacks for a week, like, can I pick multiple? Okay, if I had to survive on snacks for a week, what would I choose? I would choose, okay, this is hard. I would choose caramel and apples. I've been eating that since I was a child. I would choose trail mix, which would include pistachios, cranberry, chocolate, and granola. Because those are those have a lot of protein. And what else? A sandwich. Is a sandwich included? I could eat a sandwich every day, y'all. I could eat a sandwich every day. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I could eat a sandwich every day. Vegetables, toppings, pita bread. It don't matter what type of bread. I'm eating it. So, yeah, those are my top 3 picks. I don't really eat snacks. I cook every day. So, yeah. Dream car. I don't have a dream car. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Let me think about this for a second. I don't know. A Benz. I don't know. A Benz, I guess. Like a newer Benz, a truck. I like trucks. I don't like little cars. A Maybach, maybe. Yeah, I don't really know that much about cars. I don't think I'm gonna be driving for real. Especially because I want to move to New York. I think I'm gonna be walking. I like to wander, so yeah. So my dream car, and my dad's gonna know about this. My dream car is a 2008. I think it was a Pontiac. It starts with a P or something like that, and it was blue. I literally want a classic. That's my dream car. So I'm changing my answer to a classic car that's like, it could be a Chevrolet, Mustang. I just like those classic cars. Like, that's what I think I'm going to be driving. I don't know where I'm going to be driving it at, but that's what I, yeah. Starburst or Skittles? Damn, it's hard. Starburst. Yeah, Starburst. I like the pink ones. Pink ones, let's see.
Starbucks or Tim Hortons?
I don't fuck with Starbucks, y'all. I'm boycotted, so I'm gonna say Tim Hortons. I drink coffee, yeah, I do. I like I like cafes. I'm a cafe girly. I like to support the mom and pop shops. So my favorite restaurant is Capers on the east side. They got the best steak. Oh my god, that steak's so good. I get the steak with the feta cheese on top, spinach and tomatoes, and a milkshake and fries. It's so freaking good. Like, it ain't nothing like it. It's been there since before I was born, shit. But that's my favorite right now. At a young age, I went to the mosque and they taught us just different cultures. Like, I had to learn about being a Christian. Like, even that, like, I think I also have my grandparents who are Christians and stuff like that, and we went to church, you know what I mean? And I just have like that dual kind of that dual reality where I just, like, I don't really put myself in one box. Like, I try to learn about everything. And being young and being in a mosque, it really did help me grow culture-wise, because we had to learn about different Indian and stuff like that. Like, we had to learn about it. And I think just knowledge, like, that's what kind of makes me a little, I don't know, aged, or I don't know what the word is. Like, I don't know, just a little. Anyways, let's get into the video.
Okay, my name is Laura Waring, and I am an African American artist. My dad, he is a pastor at the first African American church. My mom is an artist and a teacher. And I look up to her as my inspiration. And some of these African Americans that I paint, like Marian Anderson. Marian Anderson, she was an artist too. She was an African American artist. And I have no siblings whatsoever. I'm so proud of it. Not that I didn't want siblings, but something else.
Y'all, this is Kayla Muhammad. Thank you so much for watching the video. And you guys can follow me on all socials at realkaym. And that's on across all boards. Follow me and message me. I'm cool. Let's get acquainted. Bye.